Yo, what's up? We made it last video of the day. Lil Uzi versus Rich the Kid fight. This is full beef explain. Let's get straight into it.
Lil Uzi Vert is one of the hottest rappers in the game, but when Rich the Kid dissed him, Uzi proved he wasn't afraid of no smoke. They beefed online for a minute, but then Uzi caught Rich in public and sent him running into a Starbucks. Here's what went down. Back in 2017, Uzi was having major issues with his label, Generation Now. He signed with them in 2015, but was mad that DJ Drama and Don Cannon were delaying his album, Love Is Rage 2. He tweeted, "And if y'all do sign to a major. Don't sign to a rapper or DJ. It's just easier when the time comes for that fake shit."
I didn't even know he was
a couple
signed
hours
to
later,
DJ
Rich the Kid hopped on Twitter and told Uzi, "That's why you should have signed Rich Forever." Rich started his label Rich Forever Music back in 2016 and signed Famous Dex and a rapper named Jay Stash. He announced he was signing YBN Almighty Jay in 2018, but they started having problems after Rich dropped the track without Jay's permission. And Jay later told DJ Academics that he never actually signed to Rich Forever.
You are signing Rich Forever. I was about to ask that because
I'm not signing.
I was gonna ask you if you got 20 bands or 30 bands. That's why I heard he's been offering deals.
Yeah, not two. I'm not signing Rich Forever. I got no bands.
Famous Dex ended up leaving the label too, and Uzi obviously wasn't feeling the disrespect from Rich. He quoted his tweet and clapped back with, "Boy, I'm not signing for 20 racks." Rich ain't tweet back, but a couple days later, he posted an IG story saying, "Hey man, if your boss and CEO ain't treating you right, come over to Rich Forever Music, you dig?" It seemed like Uzi was just gonna let it slide, but then Rich went on the cruise show and really turned it up. The host asked him if he would sign Uzi if Uzi ain't have a deal, and Rich told him, "Not right now, maybe back then. Maybe I would sign him on my business, but for personal reasons, I wouldn't sign him." Instead of making a diss track or taking shots in the interview, Uzi responded in the weirdest way possible. A couple weeks after Rich's interview, Uzi posted a pic of himself holding a huge crab that he claimed he dropped a rack on. Weird flex. Then a couple hours later, he posted the pic again and tagged Rich the Kid as the crab. Rich clapped back and accused Uzi of jacking his style. He reposted Uzi's photo and captioned it, "Aw, look at my son trying to look just like me." Then Rich made the beef official when he dropped the track, Dead Friends. The title is a reference to Uzi's hit, EXO Tour Life.
Yo, who y'all think is better? I know this is probably obvious to some people. Who y'all think is better, Lil Uzi or Rich the Kid?
And Rich sent more subliminals with lines like, "Teach you how to be a boss. Top dropped off, all them dead friends. You a middleman, you a little man. Your money getting shorter." One of Uzi's bars on EXO Tour Life says, "I don't really care if you cry. On the real, you should have never lied. Saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, I'm not afraid to die." Rich flipped the line on Dead Friends and said, "Put my pride to the side. I could never lie. I don't care if you cry. Let them die." In the second verse, Rich flexed how much bread he was making and how Uzi was missing out by not signing with Rich Forever. He said, yeah, $250,000 on my car. Dripping in Chanel, that's a bar. Come to Rich Forever, be a star. Rich took it a step further in the music video for the track. In the video, a Lil Uzi lookalike gets jumped by Rich and his crew, then they bury him in a cemetery.
He do not look
Uzi
like
clapped
no
back
Lil
with the track
Uzi,
Rich
bro.
Forever and told Rich the Kid he wasn't the one to mess with. He also made fun of Rich's hairline with the bar, "I got the Glock and my laser is beaming. These is boring. Tell me when they're leaving. Rainbow on my diamonds, but I am not reading. These old, yeah, their hairline's receding." Then, Uzi allegedly called out Rich for cheating on his wife with Black China in the line, "You keep showing me your new boy, you on my ex." According to rumors, Uzi hooked up with Black China in 2017.
I think
If that's
everybody
true,
hooked up with
then
Black
this
China.
bar is basically saying Rich was getting Uzi sloppy seconds. Uzi also hopped on G Herbo's Who Run It remix and took more shots at Rich, rapping, "Your shit weak, trying to compare us or something. What I made last week, like $1 million or something. Rich mad cause your ate my kids or something. Man, I could your wife like you sharing or something." After the diss, Rich told the crowd at his show, "Fuck that Lil Uzi, man. Fuck that Uzi. We big boss shit." Then he dropped his own Who Run It remix with Black Youngster and said, "Bentley truck but you leased it. AP make you seasick. Lil Uzi is a big Risk costs 1,800. You sign a 360, you getting no money."
I mean, when you want to be real about it, I think a lot of these artists lease their cars. Like, don't let them make you think they just bought it out straight cash. Like, don't let them make you think that. Don't even try to compete with that lifestyle. It's pointless.
The beef cooled off for a little minute, but then Uzi and Rich were both scheduled to perform at the Roots Picnic in Uzi's hometown of Philly. Uzi spotted Rich on the street and hopped out of his whip to press him, and video service online showing how it went down. In one of the videos, Uzi walks up to Rich and his crew and asks, "What we doing?" Rich or someone in his crew says, "I'm trying to find out. You jumped out the car." Then Uzi says, "It don't matter. Why you acting crazy? I don't got nothing to say, bro. Let's do it." The video cuts off, but another one taken right after shows Uzi swinging at Rich in a Starbucks. Then Rich jumps over the counter to run away, and the video ends. Even though he got caught on camera running from Uzi, Rich posted a video later and said,
Just pulled up and did what? Did what?
while showing off his jewelry. Rich was saying some wild things about Uzi and even made a music video about killing him. So fans was quick to clown him on social media for ducking Uzi in Starbucks. A
You
week
should
after
have
the
just kept
fight
quiet
went
with
down,
that one.
Rich wrote, "All fun and games, if somebody get killed, then it's tragic." Nobody knew if it was a threat aimed at Uzi or if Rich was calling out people online for taking the beef as a joke. But after the Philly incident, the beef pretty much died. A year later, Rich did an interview with Big Boy and said, "We ain't got no beef, we straight, we cool. The world is big enough. The world is mine, the world is everybody's." Rich also said he saw Uzi at a jewelry store and it was all good. He said, "We were at the same jewelry store. We were just coincidence. We were there at the same time. I didn't know he was gonna be there. He didn't know I was gonna be there."
Yeah, because in my opinion, the beef is pointless, and it's like when it goes to getting into like somebody getting killed, you gonna look back and not even remember what was the beef over. So pointless.
In 2020, TMZ broke the news that Rich was allegedly facing a lawsuit over $234,000 in unpaid jewelry. Rich hopped on IG and said, "I repeat, at Eliante is my only jeweler. Y'all other got fake stones. Stop playing with my."
Not only that, when it comes to that tab thing, like a lot of people be trying to compare their lifestyles to rappers and all that, but it's like when it comes to that, they get special privileges when it comes to jewelers, car dealers, and all that. Like sometimes they don't even pay for their cars sometimes.
name in the pandemic. I might go spend a half ticket today. God bless. 6ix9ine thought Rich was capping, and he just commented with 3 periods on the post. Then Rich tagged him and said, "We can play if you want. I got the time, and you sure as hell ain't got more money than me, or jewelry, or cars." The next day, Rich tweeted that he was going back to New York and the king is home. 6ix9ine responded with, "He running from his debt in LA. I'm about to call 911. And then Rich told him, "Nah, I'm on the way to your crib. Come on out." 6ix9ine tried to bring Uzi into the situation, tweeting, "At Lil Uzi Vert. I know I ratted, but do me one favor." Fans thought this could reignite the beef between Uzi and Rich, but Uzi decided to stay out of it. A month before 6ix9ine and Rich started beefing, Adam22 told DJ Vlad how it all started between Uzi and Rich. According to him, Rich almost signed Uzi. He signed Famous Dex. Yeah, that's what their beef was about. It was super early on. Uzi was one of those dudes that Rich was hanging out with and thought he was gonna sign him. And obviously, it would have been his biggest success to date as an A&R. Uzi turned down the offer and signed with Generation Now instead, which is allegedly what caused the issues with Rich. Uzi's had a lot of problems with his label, and back in 2019, he said he was retiring from music. He told his fans, "I want to take the time out to say I thank each and every one of my supporters, but I'm done with music." His album Eternal Take got pushed back, and Uzi made it sound like Generation Now was stopping him from releasing it. Uzi said he might have to start over on a new album, but eventually they sorted out their issues and dropped Eternal Take in 2020. Rich and Uzi officially squashed the beef back in July. Uzi dropped a new track called Hitting My Shoulder, and Rich posted it on his IG story. Then Uzi reposted Rich's story, letting fans know that everything was cool with him now. A lot of people clown Rich and Uzi's beef, but someone could have ended up getting hurt or killed if they ain't squash it. Luckily, they both moved on before it got too serious. And now, they can just focus on their own careers instead of throwing hands at Starbucks.
I mean, well, thank God nothing happened. The beef was pointless anyway. We made it to the last video. With that being said, I banged out, I think, a cool 6-7 videos. Thank you if you stayed and watched all of them. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Probably got like probably the same amount of videos. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love, appreciate the new subscribers. I think one of them was C.300, and I forgot the name of the other one. But yeah, definitely follow my social media. The link will be in the description. Catch y'all in the next video tomorrow.